12 learners like rugby and chess but not volleyball. That's interesting again. Now there are how many? 12 of them. We are looking at rugby and chess but not volleyball. Let's go back to the diagram. Where is rugby? We've got rugby, those who like rugby and chess. So we've got rugby this side, and then we have got chess this side, but don't include these learners. So you can see that it is this group, rugby and chess but not volleyball. If you put X, already you're saying they also like the volleyball because it is part of the volleyball learners. So you can see that if I can do that, just like 14, those who like rugby and chess but not volleyball is 12 learners. So I come here and make my 12 there. So it's rugby and chess but not what? Volleyball. And then do we have more information? Hello, our most valued student. My name is Confident. Welcome to our revision session for Venn diagrams, and I'm looking for the grade 11 learner who says I want to understand probability, especially when it comes to Venn diagrams. So this lesson is having you in mind. So most of the students are asking me, can you please do probability? And the first lesson I thought of bringing across to you so that you can at least start understanding probability is the Venn diagram. So if you are a grade 11 learner, this will be very, very important for you. Now, before I go on anything, guys, I always encourage you, if you want to follow up on this 24-minute lesson, you need to be subscribed so that you can be notified every time I bring in a new video. You need also to turn on that notification bell because it helps you to be notified whenever there is a new video. YouTube will send you a notification. So look at this question here. This is for, as I said, grade 11. It's a 2017 paper and it's question number 9 and looks at the questions on a Venn diagram. So it says a survey was done among 80 learners. Let me underline what's important there already. So a survey was done among 80 learners on their favorite sport. The results are shown below. So let's go through the information that is given. It says 52 learners like rugby, which is R, 42 learners like volleyball, which is V, 5 learners like chess only, which is C. So there are 3 sports, the rugby, the volleyball, and the chess. It says 14 learners like rugby and volleyball, but not chess. And then 12 learners like rugby and chess, but not volleyball. 15 learners like volleyball and chess, but not rugby. X learners like all 3 types of sport. And then 3 learners do not like any sport. Then it says draw a Venn diagram to represent this information. That's where I'm actually very, very interested, because once you can come up with the Venn diagram, this 5 marks, and then the rest is just easier now to follow up. Now let's come back to this. If they say draw a Venn diagram, I'll say you come up with a nice a rectangle like that, big enough to fit all the information that they've given. And then with that being done, you saw that they mentioned how many sports? They mentioned 3 sports, which is the rugby, the volleyball, and the chess. So whenever you're coming up with your circles in your exam, you're going to use just a pencil, but for the sake of this lesson, I'm going to come up with 3 different colors for the circles. So I'll say let this be my what? One. Okay, it's one of them. Let me draw the other one to be like this. Let me draw the next one. It will be let me make it white like that. it is not perfect circles, but you can get a bit of understanding there. All right, maybe if I just expand it further, it will even be better. This is much better. Look at this now. They say here we've got 3 sports, which is what? We've got rugby, volleyball, and chess. So if I can come here and say this is my R, and then this is my V, and then this is my chess, C. Now start from the most important part, and the most important part that you can start from is from the center of all these 3 circles, that point. In that point, that is where the R, the V, and the C are meeting, or they are intersecting. Are you seeing that? So if I can find that, then that's where I'm starting from. So that's number 1. So let's look at this. They say the information they gave us is this one. X learners like all 3 types of sport. So it's X. We are not given that number. So if I come here and say in the center here, I have got X learners. Then look at the next statement that follows up. Before that, let's start here. It says a survey was done among 80 learners. That's very important. So you come here on the Venn diagram, that's your S. On top there, you come back and say my S is equal to 80. Very important number, meaning everything you're going to add will be limited to 80. There are 80 learners in this group that is being surveyed. And then the next line that is important to me is they are saying 3 learners did not like any sport. So there are those who never participated at all. They asked them about their rugby, their volleyball, and their chess preferences. They said, we are not interested in any of them. So where do you put that 3? The 3 is outside like that. They are not interested in rugby, they are not interested in volleyball, and they are not interested in chess. So you see where you put the 3. So such information, then you start filling up the rest. So we are done with 3 learners. Let's come back to the beginning. They are saying 52 learners like rugby. So where do we put the 52? If I were to shade this, let me show you now. If I were to shade, these are the learners who like rugby, including the center learner. I mean the X. So all these, they like rugby. Are you seeing that? But they are telling me that those learners are what? They are 52. So if I were to do it, I will even say here, R is equal to 52. Are you with me? But look, they also include the X. And then they are saying again, 42 learners like volleyball and 5 learners like chess only. I think we can start there. How many learners like chess only? The statement I think can help us here. The 5 learners like chess only. So where do I find chess only? Let's go to chess. And if they said they are learners who like chess, all these learners like chess. All these learners, they like chess. I'm going to take it off later. So they like chess. And then they ask me, how many learners like chess and rugby? You see, these learners will like chess and rugby. And then these learners will like volleyball and chess. And then look at these ones now. These learners from here to here, you see, they only do like chess. They don't like any other sport, but they only like chess. These are the learners. You see how it's like. So if they ask you which learner only like chess, it is this group of learners, as I'm shading outside that. And they told us how many. There are 5. So if I can undo everything I was doing, they were told that these learners, there are 5 of them. Let's go back. 5 of them, they like chess only. Now let's continue. It says 14 learners like rugby and volleyball. I like that. They like rugby and volleyball, but not chess. So you must not. So they like rugby and volleyball. Let's go to those who are in rugby and volleyball. Rugby and volleyball, which are those learners? If I can shade rugby and volleyball, it's all these learners. They do rugby and volleyball. But look at this. It's rugby in this center here. It's rugby, volleyball, and chess. But here, it's rugby and volleyball, but chess and not chess. This is the part. They don't do chess because you can see that the X is the one that has got 3 of them: rugby, volleyball, and chess. But what about here? The one that I'm showing here is those who like rugby and volleyball. But you see, because we cut here, chess is not involved. That's the number of learners we're interested in. So if I can now bring it into perspective, those who like rugby and volleyball but not chess, there are 14 learners. So I come here and say, in this group, there are 14 learners. I think that. And then the next one, they are saying 12 learners like rugby and chess but not volleyball. That's interesting again. Now there are how many? 12 of them. They like, we are looking at rugby and chess but not volleyball. Let's go back to the diagram. Where is rugby? We've got rugby, those who like rugby and chess. So we've got rugby this side, and then we have got chess this side, but don't include these learners. So you can see that it is this group, rugby and chess but not volleyball. If you put X, already you're saying they also like the volleyball because it is part of the volleyball learners. So you can see that if I can do that, just like 14, those who like rugby and chess but not volleyball is 12 learners. So I come here and make my 12 there. So it's rugby and chess but not what? Volleyball. And then do we have more information? There it is, the 15 learners, the last one. It says 15 learners like volleyball and chess but not rugby. So let's go to volleyball and chess. So they are saying, look at this, 15 learners. There is volleyball learners, there is chess learners, but don't include X, because X will include what? Rugby. So they say volleyball and chess but not rugby. See that? So if you do that, it will be these learners. They are 15. So you come here and say these are 15 learners. So we've managed to come up with this diagram. The 14, 12, 15 are there. 14, 12, 15, and then the 3 and the 5. Then they gave us some number. They said 52 learners like rugby. Then I told you, they said for rugby, all the rugby learners that are indicated in that color for rugby, it's 52. Now, meaning, if I can add, look at this, if I can add everything that is shaded here, if I can add everything inside, I must get what? 52. Everything, including the 14, the X, and the 12. If I can add that, it must give me what? 52. So now, how do I find, there is this part now that I need to find. Let me show you. How do I find this part? This part. I want to find only that. What you call, these are learners who are only interested in rugby only. Are you with me? So what are those learners who are interested in rugby only? How do you find them? So this is what you do. You are told that there are 52 in total. So you are going to say for rugby only, R only, it will be equal to, so the number of R only, I have to say N, number of R only is equal to, it's 52 in total, then minus, now you put a bracket, you have to add, which is minus, or you can just do it like this, say 52 minus 14 minus 12 minus X. I'm separating that and that and that. It will give me only this group of learners. Are you seeing that? So 52 minus 14 minus 12 minus x minus x. My 12 is not clear there. Seeing that, which is equal to what? If I can then use my calculator there, it can actually assist me here to say 52 minus 14 minus 12. It gives me 26. So I've got 26 minus x. You see, it will be in terms of x. These are the ones who want what? Rugby only. 26 minus x. We can go on again on the volleyball. If we are given that information, says 42 learners like volleyball. It's 42. So I come here under V and say there are 42. Now, which are those learners? It is these learners here. All the learners here. See that? They like what? Volleyball. But you see, they include the 14 and the 15. So it's not right for you to come here, guys. I know the temptation. You cannot come here and say there are 42 there. You cannot, because now you are saying 42 plus. Remember, it includes this number. So if you are saying there are 42 here, you are saying 42 plus 14 plus 15 plus x. That is already a way big number, which is closer to 80 now, you see. So you cannot say that. So what you need to do is to understand that the 42 includes the 14, the 15, and the x number which we're going to find. So please avoid that temptation. So what do we say? We are going to say, for us to be able to find this number here, these are the students. Let me show you. We are looking for this number here, here, and only. So what do we call them? We call students who like volleyball only. Are you seeing what I'm saying now? So to find that number of students, you come here and say, okay, just like we did previously, number of students who like volleyball only is equal to, and then you're going to say 42 minus 14 minus x minus 15. You can actually start with the numbers first and end with, so minus 15 minus x. This is still fine, which is equal to, if you subtract that now, just to rely on the calculator part here, it will be 42 minus 14 minus 15. It gives me 13. So it is 13 minus what? Minus x. So this is this group here. 13 minus x. Alright, so now when they say it, represent this, says what? Draw a Venn diagram to represent this information above, guys. This is how you can score your 18 marks. That's it. That's where your 5 marks. So that's what you want. Now, when you have done this, the question will be, show that x is equal to 8, and they give you 2 marks. It's not much, but show that x is equal to 8. What you do is no longer complicated now. You are now saying, I know the total number of students in the whole space is what? Is 80. So you need to add everything here. How do you add it? This is how you add it. You are going to say, in this case, take the first one, which is 26 minus x, and then after that you say plus 14, and then you say plus x. So let me tick it so that I don't forget any, and then plus, there is a 12. You are adding just everything. Plus there is a 5, plus there is 15, plus 13 minus x. Now don't forget that 3. You also need to add it. When I add everything, remember, it gives me the total number of all the students here, which is 80 students. So it's equal to 80. That's it. And then you're solving for x. Now there will always be two things. Remember, when you say 26 minus x plus 13 minus x, the first two x's will cancel out, which is minus x plus x, so that you are remaining with that x. Always remember that. Then you can take all the numbers and add them together, which is 26 plus 14 plus 12 plus 5 plus 15 plus 13 plus 3. So you need then to be adding all the numbers in this case. So if I can come here and say 26 plus 14 plus 12 plus 5 plus 15 plus 13 plus 3 equal to, I'm getting 88. So we are saying 88 minus x, there is our negative x, is equal to 80. Now we have to find x. Okay, so the simple thing is, this is minus x. I can make it positive, let it jump the equal sign. It's negative, it will become positive. And then the 80 will also go and join the 88. From positive becomes negative. So you do it once. So here it will be 88 minus 80 is equal to x. See, so finalize the answer. 88 minus 80, we've got 8 is equal to x. Therefore x is equal to 8. That's what it means. And then the question has been proved, because they say show that x is equal to 8. You can then get your 2 marks. And then the next one says, how many learners like only rugby? Now there is the part, only. How many learners like rugby only? How many marks? It's 1 mark. So you come back to our diagram and we ask ourselves, which one is involved rugby only? But it was there, I think, in the question they said. Let's look at this. Okay, there was not there. They says 3 learners. Okay, X learners like all the 3 types, but rugby only is here. This is the rugby only. As I said, you take this part here and say rugby only, this part and that part. These are learners who like a rugby only, and those learners are what? 26 minus x. So you can say how many learners like rugby only? You can come here and say number of R only is equal to 26 minus x, which is equal to 26 minus 8. And what is 26 minus 8? In this case, if you can then subtract 26 minus 8, 18. So these are the number of learners who like what? These learners like rugby only. You can move on again to say, okay, this is 18 learners. So I can write 18 there. What about those who like volleyball only? So the volleyball only learners are these learners. See this? These learners like volleyball only. So it's 13 minus x. And if you can say 13 minus 8, it will be 5 here. And then our x, now we know our x is equal to what? Is equal to 8, remember. So that's it. And then look at the next question here. It says 9.4. Calculate the probability that a learner chosen at random likes at least 2 different types of sports. Let me repeat again. How many marks is this? 3 marks. Calculate the probability that a learner chosen at random, okay, likes at least, meaning you must be careful with that word least. They're saying the minimum or the smallest number of sports that this learner likes is 2. So meaning 2 and above. So likes at least 2 different types of sports. Now, what they're saying is, on our Venn diagram, we know that there are learners who like all the 3 sports, which is this one. They like all 3. So already they are included, because at least mean the minimum is 2. So which learners are we interested in? We are interested in those learners they like at least, which is 3 sports. We are not interested in this learner. Remember, this is only 1 sport. 18 learners, they want rugby only. We don't want these learners, which is 5. They only want what? Volleyball only. We don't want those learners, which is what? Chess. They like chess only. And we don't want that learner. They don't like any sport. So look at the learners we're interested in. We're interested in that learner, that number, this number, and that number. You can actually work on that. So if you are to do that, you are gonna have, just to have it here so that it's visible for me. So look at the probability. So it says probability of what? At least 2 spots. My spots there is spelled wrong, but at least 2 spots is equal to, now remember you are adding the 1, so we said there is 12 plus 8 plus 14, so plus 15, and then you divide by the total number, which is what? Which is 80. And then so we're saying 12 plus 14 plus 15 plus the center, which is 8. So if I can do that and see what it gives me, it is 12 plus 8 plus 14, because this is now probability, plus 15. Now I divide probability, you have to divide by S, which is your sample space, and then I'm getting 49 over 8. Let's do it in another format. First of all, we can actually ask ourselves to say how many learners only like one spot. We said there was 18 learners that like one spot, so we can do it like this: one spot only. We have got 18 learners, and then we've got those learners plus 5, and then we've got the other learners plus 5, and then we've got these that don't like anything at all plus 3. These are what? Are one spot learners. They will either have to be liking rugby or volleyball or what? Or chess, or none of the 3 sports. So if you add those learners, it can actually, I want to show you something. So you say 18 plus 5 plus 5 plus 3. These learners is 31. So number of learners who are doing or who are interested in one spot only is 31. Now listen, if these learners only are interested in one spot, which means the rest of the learners are interested in 2 spots and above. So now number of those wanting 2 and above, that number is what? You take 80, you subtract 31 learners who are only interested in 1 or nothing at all. So what will it give me? If you say that, I think here is 80 minus 31, it gives me 49. See? Now the probability then, if I'm saying probability will be P of what? At least 2 will be equal to number of what? Of 2 and above, which is, let me just write that number, which is 49, over the sample space, which is 80. It comes back to the answer that we got, if I'm not mistaken, which is this one, 49 over 80. So guys, that's how you focus on probability. As I said, this is on Venn diagrams. So now I'm going to be bringing in again another question, part 2 on Venn diagrams, so that we can solidify our knowledge of these Venn diagrams. And then I'm going to move on to something else under the probability. So I want you to stay tuned. I want you to follow up on this series of lessons on probability, and I don't want to miss anything as you prepare for your exams. So what must you do? Ensure that the notification bell is turned on once you are subscribed, so that you can be notified every time I post in a new video. Now share this channel now with your friends so that they can also benefit. Remember, sharing is caring. Just WhatsApp it, just Facebook it, or just check it with your friends during your revision sessions. It will come very handy for you. Remember, this channel has you in mind. I'm reaching out for you, I'm rooting for you. 24-minute lesson is the lesson for the underdogs, those who say, I know with enough practice I can do it. So I wish you all the best as you prepare. Thank you.